Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstir Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, that's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Absolute pleasure to have you along today. So, entertainment only. Let's see where today goes. First of all, oh my goodness. Heart absolutely goes out to the people of the United States and especially those of Kentucky with the cargo plane going down. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Full of fuel as it was flying all the way to Hawaii. At this stage, I believe there are confirmed 11 passed. 3 of those were on board the plane, but just, oh my goodness, the images that are coming out are just absolutely terrifying. So absolutely just thinking of all of you guys that are affected. Okay, last night went out and stood in the backyard, beautiful clear night, and just spent some time moon bathing while the dogs, did their before breakfast business, before bedtime business. And gosh, I slept well. I slept so incredibly well. So I might head out this evening and do the same, and highly recommend it. Okay, where do I want to go? Well, I'm actually going to start with the really good news today. Oh my goodness, the elections that took place yesterday. And as I'm pulling out the Light Seers tarot deck and the card on the bottom, absolutely the birth of a new beginning, where it's all about nurturing and caring. Now, what I was getting while I was watching the results come in yesterday, last night, was that the results from yesterday were very similar. Not quite, oh gosh, new beginning as I poker shuffle the deck. Absolutely, this is new beginning stuff. What I got was that pretty much the results that came in yesterday were pretty much close to, not quite as good, but close to the results of the 2024 election before the cheating. So I just might have a little bit of a look. Now this has popped out again, the Ten of Swords. This is about letting go and stepping over into the new beginning. The card behind it is the Six of Cups. It's all about loyalty, coming together, about what's really important. Okay, love, love, love. The big one was Mamdani. Yeah, okay. I'm happy to be wrong that there was going to be a challenge. That there may still be a challenge from the Orange Twerp. He's ranting away. Goodness me, isn't his little Bicky's he's a little bit hurt by it all. Excuse my sarcasm. Oh, what's happening is the big wins, the Virginia and New York governors, the proposal 50 or whatever, proponent 50 or whatever it was called, all the Dem mayors, including in Ohio, that got elected, and Mamdani, etc. What's happening is that these wins and these leaders are making the current regime look even more pathetic and even weak. Now, the Orange Twerp's come out with the information that he's going to put out an executive order, again, ruling by decree, to prevent, they've been fully exposed for what they are, and it doesn't look good for the regime. To prevent executive order to prevent mail-in voting, claiming that the California election was rigged, and threatening a criminal review. Okay, what am I going to have a look at in regards to this one? He's just having an absolute meltdown. Oh, what did he say? He said, called Mamdani a communist and said, this is the future of the Democratic Party. Well, is that a threat or something? Because I think it's a pretty good future when he's talking about fairness and Mamdani, fairness, dignity, affordability, all those sorts of aspects. Is that really such a bad thing? No, I don't think so. Okay. On the stage with the win, being seen and heard and applauded. And we've got the Justice card as well. Actions having consequences, but drawing the sword of truth to bring justice to the people. to bring balance, and liking what he sees in the mirror, Ma'am Dami. Absolutely. And there he is there, the King of Wands, inspirational, taking action, strength. He's got the lion at his back, etc. Absolutely. And he's causing nightmares for those that he's showing up. He's not opposing, he's just showing them up for what they are. So I just want to have a look using the Light Seers Tarot. With the feels that I'm getting is that the results that we saw yesterday are very similar to the actual 2024 results before the cheating happened. Now, I posted, I think, about a week or two ago, a short video in my post section. You find it by going to Meister Tarot under any video or the circle with that painting in it. It'll take you to the main page. You go to the post section. I posted a week or so ago a very short video of some university students who did an experiment with some voting machines, and they found that what they did is they could pick the security lock pretty much with a paper clip within about 10 seconds. This is supposed to be keeping the programming secure. They picked that with a paper clip pretty much and within seconds. Inserted a chip, and the chip downloaded, and then it spread to other voting machines as well through the network connections. What happened then is that, so that took all of like 30 seconds. Now, remember all the bomb threats that happened during the 5th of November. So somebody could have easily slipped in and done this. They then did a demonstration with the voting machines where they voted at Abraham Lincoln versus Andrew Jackson, I believe, something along those lines. And they all voted for Abraham Lincoln, and then they printed out the result. It might have been Benedict Arnold was the other one. I can't remember who it was, probably Benedict Arnold. They all voted for Lincoln. And then when they came to print out the results, it actually had, if I get it right, Benedict Arnold, I may be wrong, but the other dude, the one that they didn't vote for, the printout of the results actually had the one they didn't vote for having more votes than the one that they did vote for. So it just shows how easily the machines could have been fiddled with. Okay, so let's have a look. Being positive. Were the election results from yesterday? Were the results from yesterday? There's my treason card. And yeah, the planting and the networking, the treasonous planting and networking. Confirmation of that study that the university students did. Okay, was the election results yesterday more in line with what November 24 was? Were the results yesterday more in line with what November 2024 actually was? More in line. So they're sweating. The rate, like those that were behind the fiddling are absolutely sweating their backsides off. I'm going to have a look at this. What's happened is that also the Orange Twerp has now re-nominated Fleon, and if you're wondering who Fleon is, also known as Space Boy, also known as the soon-to-be ex-CEO of Tesla, he dumped Fleon's backed candidate for the head of NASA, dumped it during when they were having their, tiff, their bicker, their whatever else, their feud. Apparently the Orange Twerps reinstated that nomination. Now I wonder, and I am going to have a look at it in a separate reading when I do this reading on NASA, whether this is part of keeping Fleon quiet, but that's not okay. Because Fleon knows the truth. A lot of people know the truth, but Fleon really, really knows the truth. Sort of some bribery. And we know why Fleon wants Isaacman in, because Isaacman will then award a lot of contracts to Fleon. You know how it goes. Okay, but were the election results last night more in line with the 2024? Come on down, let's have a look. Okay, yes. Do I need to go any further? Let me pack my cards up. This will be a short reading. Yes, absolutely. Yes, it was. More in line with, it's the Sun card, can't get a bigger yes card if we tried. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely. Oh boy, okay. The the challenge is the Queen of Pentacles. So if you read her upside down like that, the Queen of Pentacles is about something that happens internally, and we are talking about the vote. And she does have these little radars on her head. I know they're twigs, but you know what I mean. Could be due to the satellite, but yeah, for for me, queens are about internally doing, whereas kings are external action. So this is internal action in regards to the vote. Um, and I'm going to say before they were uploaded. A lot of us are questioning Starlink's involvement, but I think they were actually fiddled with before they were uploaded from the looks of that card. Okay, at the foundation, we've got the Page of Swords, the energy that it's stewing in at the moment. I think there's a pretty good idea of what happened, looking at the legalities of it, walking over this chasm on this sword of truth. It's also the sword of whistleblowers as well, but just about to step off onto the other side. So I think it's getting really close as to all this being revealed. Okay, in the past, yeah, the support, the unity, the coming together, the joy, yeah, just even the joy and the positivity of those that won yesterday. Stark contrast. And you've got to remember that's the joy and the positivity that Harris brought, Harris and Wolf brought. Obama's also stepped up. So he knows. So Obama's also stepped up. Now, for those that say they should have contested it back in November and December, remembering that both Biden and Harris raced back to the White House from holidays just before Christmas upon the release of DNI Avril Haines's election security report, which has never been released. But imagine if they had claimed, oh, I'm just looking at that muffin roll there. That's a bit sad, isn't it? Let me see if I can smooth that out a bit. That was never released. Imagine if they had, Biden and Harris had cried foul and cheating, etc. back then, with the MAGAs being how the MAGAs were at that time. It would have been absolute civil war. So I'm not excusing the fact that they didn't, but what I am saying is that perhaps the advice was to let it go, to try and prevent civil war, with perhaps the foresight knowledge that if the Orange Twerp did what he was promising to do, the cult would be destroyed. And the only way to destroy a cult is from within. Okay, so the circles of support. Crowning this reading, the Fool. Again, the new journey. We had both of these major arcana come out just a minute ago. Yeah, this is a new journey that we are on. This is uncharted territory, but have faith and trust that all is going to be okay, that the universe has got our back. Okay, energy over this reading. The immediate future, bringing forward something new that brings about a cleansing, but it's brought from the heart, it's brought from love, it's brought from integrity, it's not brought from hate and fear, which was a major factor in November, December, etc. last year, right up until very recently, to be honest. This is about new beginning, new partnerships, new beginning, new journey. Now, I believe MTG was on The View yesterday,
absolutely giving the Republican Party all hell. Remember that she went for the speakership job as well and lost out to Johnson, so she's got no love lost for Johnson. She was the one, I believe, that forced McCarthy out. No love lost between her and Johnson. No love lost between her and the felon either. So just beware, not to be trusted. But I did notice her hair was softer, her makeup and her voice were all softer. She's had a makeover as she's rebranding. Now, I don't trust her an inch, but while she's tearing apart the regime, we will use her. So just be aware of that. New partnerships, but this new beginning coming from a place of love and integrity, from the heart, from within, there's almost like a little shadow of a rainbow here. Unity, diversity, acceptance, just really beautiful energy. Right, externally, the Two of Swords. Deciding about which way to go in regards to this, needing. I think what this is about, this externally, it's about when enough people wake up and see the truth for what it is. Because this figure still is blindfolded and fighting off the crows that are tying her up in knots. But once the blindfold is lifted, that's when this will come. This is when it will all be revealed. And she's got a hand in her hair there. She is prepared to lift the blindfold. She's getting prepared to lift the blindfold, this figure. So, yep, still at this crossroads, but very close to full awakening. And internally, very much so, it is about a birth of a new beginning, a new world, where emotions are the superhero cape, the feminine wisdom is coming forward, moon bathing, as I said last night. Internally, it is about the birth of this new coming forward. Okay. Oh, another major arcana, the hopes and fears, the lovers. It can be working across the aisle, but this can also be contracts and agreements. I'm drawn this particular time. Usually it's a lovely card, but I'm drawn this particular time to the amount of red for Republican that's in this. This is about unbalanced contracts. So there is this fear of those that have pretty much tied themselves to the redness. Okay, Eight of Wands, a lot of information coming out that is going to reach a culmination point, a target. The Star of Hope and Healing, which is the best of the United States as well, or just simply the best of democracy. And it is a reminder to hold on to the Star of Hope and the Six of Pentacles. I'm drawn to the 8 here. It is one of my vote flipping cards, the Six of Pentacles in the normal decks, but it is also in this particular deck, it is about community coming together and giving opportunity to others. Doesn't necessarily have to be money, but it's opportunities to others. And then we've got Harris herself, the Queen of Swords. And it's up to her what decision she makes going forward in the planning. But we've got the High Priestess, the higher spirituality. It's also secrets being revealed about the network. Okay, that's interesting with that Seven of Pentacles. Remember when this flipped out and I said it's about the computer network that did the vote flipping? Secrets being revealed about the vote flipping. Okay. We the people with the King of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. There is a trail, a vote trail of the people's vote trail. Okay. If I go to the bottom, we've got the Emperor being isolated. We've got the Temperance trying to spin. and the Hierophant to stay in government. 4 major arcana on the bottom. Desperately trying to hold on with the Four of Pentacles, but it's quickly turning into a nightmare for them with the Nine of Swords because of what they did in the past with the Six of Cups. Okay, so big yes, big yes. The result you saw yesterday was much closer to the true result of the 24 election. So, okay, I might actually just have a quick look with this one. I'll do a proper NASA reading in a minute, but let's have a look. The orange twerp. First of all, he's coming out and acting as if dignity and rights and stuff. And yeah, we've got the Fool in the past, or it could be a new beginning, getting back to community on 2 levels. Saying that you know, Mamdani is the future of the Democratic Party, as if that's a bad thing. Yeah, right. No. Okay, let's have a quickish look. I really can't be bothered, but he's going to try and put through an executive order to prevent mail-in voting. This deck is the Smith-Waite Centennial Edition. Let's have a quickest look at that. You want that one and that one? Okay. Executive order to prevent mail-in voting. Is it going to work? No, because it's state-run, full exposure, trying to spin things, unable to move forward with his plan, the Wheel of Fortune, Sword of Truth. These are not good cards for the orange twerp. And we have the higher authorities, Supreme Court might rule, and then the Star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 court cards. The best of democracy. And here we've got the cheating, the walking away from the cheating and the abuse of power, and he's going to find himself isolated, investigated, and we've got the restricted within his own body and the Hanged Man on the bottom. Done it to himself, self-sacrifice, you name it. No, I don't think he's going to, because things are going to come out that are going to, the Supreme Court may rule against him in regards to tariffs. I think things are just going to be revealed quite events are going to overtake him, let me put it that way. Now, I also get the feeling that his soul spirit, if not already left the scene, it's surely on its way out, and he's just pretty much a skin suit at the moment. There's the Supreme Court putting a stop to anything he tries at the moment. I was asking about the mail-in votes, Supreme Court being stopped, because it's not a federal issue, it's a state issue. Oh boy. But let's have a look very quickly. The Orange Twerp's re-nomination of Isaacman as the head of NASA, good friend and previous advisor to Fleon, who got dumped as a nomination, so therefore there is no head of NASA at the moment. Duffy's wanting to take it under the Department of Transport. He's acting as the acting head of NASA, and you wonder why there's no 3i Atlas stuff coming out. But the re-nomination of Isaacman, is this to placate something coming to an end? Hard work. The ship's leaving. Well, round and round we go. The ship's leaving. Something from the past. Okay, round and round we go. End of legacy. Could be the voter trail. He's watching the ships depart as the plan didn't come to fruition. Oh gosh, Tower. I just think, and on the bottom we've got the abuse of power, betrayal, win at any cost card again. Oh dear. I just think events are going to overtake him. But let's have a look. Answer the question, please. Answer the question. Is the orange twerp reinstating the nomination of Isaacman? Is that to placate Duffy? Start again. Not duplicate Duffy. Duplicate Musk. So I'll put those back because I had the wrong name. But this is looking into the votes and an inability to get whatever this is that the plan that they're trying to bring together, an inability to get it. The Steel, not liking what's on offer. Is this re-nomination of Isaacman by the Orange Twerp an attempt to placate Musk, Leon, so that he doesn't blab about the election stealing? The Orange Felon will blab about it. He always tells on himself, always. But let's have a look, right? Queen of Wands. Is it prostituting himself as part of the plan? Hate to call her a prostitute, hate to call any of the queens a prostitute. However, it is the oldest profession in the world. But it is because she's got the knees open. Okay. Yeah, it is. The self-sabotage, the betrayal, walking away from the betrayer, the abuse of power. Yeah. So pretty much the felon, I mean, I hate to say it, but the felon, by doing this, putting the plan forward to re-nominate Isaacman, he's basically prostituting himself to Fleon, because Fleon holds all the cards in regards to this. The challenge is the self-sabotage, the exposure of the win at any cost, the steal, and people just walking away from it. The loss, disappointment, heartbreak, 2 fives. Fives are about challenges and obstacles that lay in the path, that if you have the gumption and ability and the good intentions, you can get past. Otherwise, they'll block your progress forward. The energy that he's stewing in at the moment is emotional loss and disappointment. Heartbreaks, minor arcana, death card. In the past, it's all to do with information about the vote. And the vote, the information being brought forward with that Page of Pentacles, crowning the reading. We've got the Two of Swords. It is now a crossroads time, and this is an attempt to cut off at the pass, the immediate future. The offer is it's too little too late for Fleon. He's already sulking in the corner. I don't think he's going to go for it. We've got externally, it's my military card. Externally, the military. Internally, information coming in from overseas about the votes. The votes all lining up. There's that Ace of Cups again. We had that with the Lightseer's Tarot. The outcome. The emotional overwhelming and cleansing, the best of democracy standing firm. And then we've got the true being uncovered amongst all this snakiness about the vote flipping and a restoring of balance. And entrapment of the manipulator. And the death card. Ending. 2 death cards together. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 death cards in the deck. 1, 2, 3. They're all here. All here. And then the end of the devil. And the Wheel of Fortune, karma coming and biting him on the bum. And yeah, the wheel turning. Yes, I am going to say yes in regards to Fleon, but I don't think Fleon is going to play ball. I'm wondering with Fleon if it's a burn the bridges. There's no coming back from a betrayal with Fleon is what I'm getting. It's a bit like the orange twerp. He's so vindictive. So is Fleon vindictively not okay? The ships are going out, sending the ships out, some sort of announcement from the White House, but not liking, sulking. But then we have the Two of Cups, the treason, the walking away. Fleon may even make overtures as if he's going to, but stabbing through the heart and walking away. I get the feeling that Fleon, when crossed, no, there's no coming back from crossing the flea. No coming back from betraying the flea is what I'm getting. Okay, let's see how it plays. Interesting times. I'll catch you shortly. Look after yourself. Take care.